Yo, welcome back to the channel, and you are here because you forgot your Japanese and need to relearn it again. Relearn Japanese, episode 21, baby. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into this. Number 1, desire. We're going to talk about how to say things that you want and what you want to do. So, all you have to do is add the word tai to the end, or the suffix tai. So, tabetai, or ikitai, or yaritai. One thing you can do here is, if you have tai at the end of a verb, it becomes an action that you want to do. An action that you want to do. Not him, not her, you, okay? So, you can basically turn the base form, iku, into ikitai. Actually, you're supposed to change it to ikimasu, which turns into iki, cut out the mas, and tai. So, iki, tai. Ikitaku nai. Ikitakatta. Ikitaku nakata. Okay, that's a little bit of a tongue twister. Ikitaku nakatta. If you just say ikitaku nakatta, that's pretty easy. So, obviously, we have the regular affirmative, we have the negative, we have the past tense, and we have the negative past tense. Do you notice a pattern here? Yes, it's that it is actually the same conjugations for adjectives, the E-type adjectives. Because remember, we talked about this before way back when, that ikitai, if you look at it, it becomes its own verb, a state of wanting to do something. Like I am wishful right now. I am wanting, I am longing to do something with this E-type. Right? So ikitai becomes ikitakunai, ikitakatta, ikitakunakatta. Right? So that's basically what it is, right? So this adjective can change tenses and negative and positives the same way, this wanting to do something, this desirable verb form can do. They have the exact same conjugation rules because they're basically the same thing. Now, the second one here is remembering adjective rules. Again, we're just going to go over here. Oishi, ikitai, oishikunai, ikitaku nai. It's the exact same thing. See, it's the exact same family. So if you just remember that, you'll be able to remember all kinds of different conjugations for all kinds of verbs. I'd encourage you to try that on your own time. So aru, the verb aru, can't have a tai form. So aritai can't have one. It does sound like arigatai, but that's different. That's completely different. That just means grateful. But yeah, aru can't have it because inanimate objects that are alive, can't want things. On the flip side, an object that is alive, like you and me and Zabumafu, I screwed that up. It's me and you and Zabumafu. We are alive, so we can want things. So we change it from imasu, drop the masu, turns to itai. Okay, not to be confused with itai, like itai. You can't be confused with that. It's a completely different thing. So, for example, here's one you'll see a lot. Issho ni itai. I want to be together. Or omae no soba ni itai. Or kimi no soba ni itai. I want to be beside you. Easy as fuck. Next one. So, what if you want something, or you want something done from someone else? So you want someone else to do something for you, or you want a particular object or particular outcome. You're going to be using this word called hoshi. And this kanji means to want, so hoshi. And it can be written in two ways when you encounter it in the real world. One can be written with the kanji, and one can be written with the hiragana. And there's going to be a certain nuanced rule of why that is. But it's pretty easy. You're just going to add whatever you want, a game or a banana, and you put hoshi. Or if you want something done, like a verb, then you'll just add the verb into the te form, so you can create a compound sentence, in this case, a compound word, and attach hoshi to it. So you're basically taking two concepts and putting it together, and hoshi is basically acting like an adjective to the kanji attached verb. So tabete hoshi, I want you to eat it. This verb is wanting you to eat, to be eaten, right? It's kind of this weird imagination thing you got to think of. Don't think about it too hard, but just know that Wanting something in Japanese is more of a adjective rather than it is a verb like to want in English. Don't think about it too hard. Just add the TF form, and add it to the hoshi, or you can do ga to hoshi. So let's look at some examples here. Okay, so let's look at some examples here. So we have game ga hoshi. So super easy. You just have the word game. You attach ga because it's the one thing you want out of all things. It's new information. And you put hoshi on it. That's it. And of course, since it acts and looks like an adjective, hoshi desu does work just like oishii desu or yasashii desu, just like an E-type adjective, right? The next one is ii otoko ni natte hoshii. So you just get the verb, you turn into the te form, and you write hoshii. You could also write this in hiragana or with the kanji, but usually you write it with the hiragana because it's attached to a verb, and the verb usually has its own kanji attached to it anyway, so it doesn't need to be. It becomes like it's a big ass word, essentially. Here's an example where it does show up. So zenbu yatte hoshii. So yaru doesn't have a kanji normally. So zenbu yatte hoshii. I want it all done. Watashi ga tsukutta mono o tabete hoshii. I want you to eat all the food that I made. Tabete hoshii. See, it has the kanji here. This becomes one big ass word. That's basically what it is. Okay, very simple, super easy, barely an inconvenience. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Relearn Japanese, episode 21. We are almost there. I think we're like a quarter of the way there for all the content. But thanks, guys, so much for your support on the channel. And we'll see you guys next week for more fun stuff. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.